All right. So there we go. All right. So something new this week. Welcome back, first and foremost. The name is Steven, aka The Wiz. Thank you if you're taking the time to view this video. There's nothing special about it, but I think just popping the camera on and recording the history of what's going on in your mind and then having that available to share with others, maybe it'll connect with somebody in a way that makes sense to them and they can get some value from it too. But regardless, this is a new thing I'm doing right now. Um, Looking at the screen, I'm gonna basically put this in a. I'm gonna create an image and I'm gonna put this in a frame and I'm gonna put it right in front of my face when I'm trading, so it's always visible. Because I think it's gonna help. It kind of like a reset. So I was thinking is like I need to have something that's missing in my trading is a solid like a warm up routine. So what we're gonna do today is kind of help create a warm up routine that I can start to use in the future. So I'm just gonna kind of freestyle it. We're just gonna kind of work this out, and I'm just gonna have it on this stream slash recorded video. Um, so step one, before you place a trade, think about this. Remember, you're risking hard earned money and limited time resources. How much are you willing to lose when you're wrong? Because you will be wrong. So that's kind of the idea behind that. Just to kind of be like, okay, I am risking money and using up my limited time to engage in this trading activity. How much am I willing to lose if and when I'm wrong? I'm probably going to change that if and when you're wrong, or if and when you lose. So I don't really like the word. Are you willing to lose? Maybe. How about accept? So I think that's an important question to kind of frame the mind. Right. So, like a big ass warning. Like the sharp. I like square because it's kind of rigid, and this text is not serious enough. This text is kind of font family. These the only available. So I think it's about we. Yeah, that's not good. I like that. This font is kind of goofy. Califont's pretty good. That's not Califont. That's Virgil. They look the same. They look the same to me. Whatever. Anyways, I know I'm not crazy. Same thing here. Let's make it Virgil, I guess. Same shit. All right. So there it is. Step one. So that was worth my time to make this graphic because this is a problem. Can I make an underline here? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know the code, otherwise I would. I guess you can't really do an underline. No. What the fuck? There we go. Um. Okay, I guess there's no outline or underline. Text to diagram? What the fuck? Okay, that's crazy. It's like there's some cool shit here. And there's a laser pointer? Really? Oh, wow. Dope. All right. So here we are. Before place a trade, think about this. Remember, you're risking hard earned money and limited time resources. Don't be a douchebag and trade big size or YOLO. Because if and when you are wrong, how much can you accept losing? I think we can definitely simplify that. Sure, I could have ChatGPT do it for me in a second, right? Let's see what ChatGPT recommends here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see. Let's see what the GPT has to offer us. Oh, it's gonna make an image. I don't really want an image, but I think I misunderstood. It's kind of cool how you have the graphic there showing it being made. Kind of puts you in a trance, though. Really cool, actually. Kind of mesmerizing. Probably kind of scary. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. Way better, honestly. All right, put a little line under the heading and highlighting the fact that if and when you're wrong, how much can you accept losing? Let's save that. Um, what are we gonna call this? Folder. Let's call it stern reminder. I like it. All right. So we'll copy it, get rid of all of that. We'll just paste it in. There we have it. Beautiful. All right. So step one, complete. Okay, so I think the next thing is the honestly, I think it's the COT report. So we'll call it COT report analysis, I guess. I make it all call it commitment of traders report analysis. Man. All right. So that's next. And actually, I like this other shade better. This like pink shade. Nope, I don't like any of those. That's mm-mm. Give me a lot of options. Even a lighter pink. This is rough. I can't find the shade. There we go. That's good. I guess that's close enough. All right, so commitment of traders report analysis. All right, so we're going to look at, I think I already have one here. Somewhere up here. COT report summary. All right. Bias still defensive. Nuance. Speculators slightly more bearish. Commercial hedging slightly much less bearish. Okay. So we'll add that. Do it to the left. Okay. So the pink is kind of in your face. We need a different color. All right, for now. I need to make this read better. Important feature. Open interest fell. Not fresh expansion. Use backdrop for context only. Let price decide. And fucking price went up, didn't it? I guess price decided. All right, so that's our. It's not defensive anymore. We broke out, so price decided. So we're gonna buy pullbacks. Is essentially what it's looking like right now. This one on here too. Kind of like just putting the pictures in there. Legacy S&P COT report remains net short overall. Non-commercials are still net short and became slightly more net short. Non-commercials, huh? So speculators. Interesting. So they're getting fucking. They got squeezed out. Commercials remain net short, but became materially less net short. Opening interest declined. Pretty sure open interest has been coming up. So let's look at open interest now. All right, so that's from the COT report. Let's go CME. $1,954,000. Okay, let's look at Monday. $1,954,000. $1,942,000. So 13th, 14th. Wait, Wednesday the 8th. 1,910,000. 1,919,000. 1,935,000. Friday. 1,942,000. 1,954,000. Okay, so open interest is increasing and people are buying, and that's what we can kind of see. So interest is increasing. So since last Wednesday, how many, like 30,000 more contracts? So I guess it's not, I guess it's not significant. It's a few thousand contracts out of a million contracts. So, but it is creeping up. So this was Tuesday's last updated, the 14th at 12 p.m. Central Time. So we won't see this until tomorrow afternoon. Just doesn't get. This must have been the morning open interest. Or is it open interest as of this time right here? I would assume it's this time. Okay. So open interest slightly open interest is slightly increasing. All right. Good. All right. So we're looking good. By the way, let's check in on the markets. Let's see how the markets are doing. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Let me put this on the screen. I think it'll say show executions. This is a total. It's just, it just seems like total algorithmic, like precise movements. Like look at these ranges. This is a 20 range chart. Interestingly enough, what I found is it's very similar to the 1 minute chart. So if I put them side to side, it so that gives you an example that it you could view charts on different types of measurements, and sometimes they're going to look exactly the same almost, right? Because you can see that here, right? It's pretty much the same. So this is a 1 minute, this is a 20 range. Now if I take this and put it into a 40 range, now it's just the bars are going to be double the size basically. It looks a lot different, doesn't it? Because these bars are twice as long, so it's really hard to see the action, right? It's really hard. Here you can see some opportunities. So you gotta, if you're using a range chart, you have to make sure it's dropped to a lower range of ticks based on the volatility. And if you go too small, you can kind of see that's kind of cool. I don't know if that's too small. That's a 10 range. And that looks very similar, right? But not quite the same. So very similar. The 10 range still looks very similar to the 20 range. So it's just how you want to visualize the price action and the swings. Because if I go to a 3 minute over here, it kind of looks like the 40 range. All right, so this shit ain't gonna make you money, but at least you know what you're looking at. All right. Not exact, but pretty close. This is even steeper, right? But if you keep changing the value, let's make it like 32, right? You eventually get to a point where it might look the same, but the 3 minute is very flat, right? Very sideways. You zoom in, you can see some structure. And then here it's just, they're so small. So they print a lot faster. I guess that could help give you a sense of speed. how quickly we're moving through a 10 excuse me, 32 tick bar. All right, so anyways, let's get back to it. So 1 minute. Yeah, we like the 1 minute, and we like the 20 range. Okay. At the end of the day, there was a little move right here. So let's go back. I'm going to stay on this 20 range because I already have it annotated. Um, you can see that they look similar when I size them in properly. So those are about the same. Isn't it crazy how this trend line is different though? Like it lines up here, but on this one it doesn't. So it's not exact. It's kind of tricky. I don't know why that doesn't line up. I think it's a bug, to be honest, because I'm drawing it from the other chart. So anyways, let's start from scratch. All right, we're going to get rid of everything. We're going to start from scratch. Okay, but to stay on track, now we need to look at our profile framing. All right, so that's next. Profile framing. All right. Let's just take a little picture of it. Okay, so this is a 4-month profile. Actually, I don't want to use this for now. We'll start with a different one. We'll keep that one open. Let's create a new chart here. So I think you guys will like this. New price chart, CME, NQ. Then we're going to apply a template to it. And the template we're going to apply is called NQ profile framing, I believe. I don't think it applied it. Oh, I know why. Man, I'm going crazy here. I think it's the profile framing. Oh, okay, okay. I see what happened. I'm not sure what this order track scalp. This must be a new one. Let's look at it. Let's get sidetracked. Okay, so I see. So this is total contracts, um negative delta, positive delta, and volume. But it looks like the color, well, if it opened here and closed down here, I guess that's red. I'm looking to see if the candles are delta colored, but what you can see here are these asymmetries. Okay. This is kind of cool. Well, let's play around with it. I like this, but for now, we're going to apply a different template. And this is just going to be the profile frame. All right. So this shows the last 3 months. So let's make the price go all the way across. Let's make it orange. Extend the line to the left. All right, so that's where price is. So interestingly enough, I think we're kind of at a crossroads here. We may be temporarily at the top. So this is a 90-day profile. Um, it's on a 5-minute chart. It's a daily profile. This is way back from like January like 28th or some shit. All right, so today we revisited the value area from January 28th. Okay, and we are currently sitting at, holy shit, the January 28 point of control. Maybe we put the text over aligned to the right. All right, so we have the point of control, which we are now kind of flirting with, right? And it's kind of like, are we going to accept back into this previous area and just kind of range right here for the rest of the night? That kind of feels like what we're probably going to do, right? Obviously, other things can happen, but so if that's the case, where is this? Is the next level? I would right here. All right, so I'm likely willing to take a short there, if not sooner. Trying to zoom in on this. I'm only using one hand right now. I'm trying to see what. I guess that was a little high. That's the point of control. This is a little dip in a shelf. Fuck, it could come all the way up here though. Right? That's like a pretty strong peak. So maybe there. It's like we're gonna start to hit some resistance here though. I don't Man, I don't think we go much higher tonight, to be honest. I kind of feel like if anything, let's come back to today. I'm gonna use two hands, it's a lot faster. So coming back to today, all right, we have our levels there. It says I anticipate we're going to be staying in this range right here. That's kind of what I'll be looking for. Um, See it now. Not what I was looking for. There we go. Fine. All right. Okay, so this composite profile here, see we're far overextended. I would think at least short term. We return to the value area. Let's see what this is. Might even be lower. Actually, might be there. I like this little, let's make this real tight. That's our range. I'm gonna make that green. So there's a nice little zone. I think that's right. Crazy, I'm having a hard time clicking on this zone. How annoying. I think this is the other zone, right? Okay. So, worst case scenario. That we're right on it. So we're right on that fucking level. Um, I kind of like a short here. I'm not gonna lie. Back down to this zone. All right, so we got our levels identified. The current level we're at, we could see a rejection here. Not here. Maybe try to test the value area high or rejecting. So I'd like to get into a short up here. Man, it would be good. Take it all the way down to here. That would be a sick trade. 525 points. Ugh. Maybe by Friday. So I'm still, I think we're getting to the point where sellers are going to start to step in. And once I see a pretty strong rejection, um, I think I'm going to try to take a short. I think longs have kind of moved it up for the first few days of the week here. It's already Wednesday night. So we're into Thursday's trading day. And let's go ahead and I don't think we need this open. So profile framing. Let's keep it simple. It's 129, I think it was. Something like that. How many days? Let's count. Plus, we got to come back and get this gap. Like, this is going to be a key level. There. This POC. I feel like we're going to come back here. See where 50% of the POC is. So you can start to have some fun. Right there. So we are extended. So let's see where 50% of the POC lines up with a key reference. I guess it could go higher. It's gonna take a while, but it could go. It could definitely go that way. Um. So Worked our way down. Could be a retracement, man. Seriously, like one, 2 days of consolidation. So one, two, like 5 of the last 6 days were up days. We look at POC migration. We count it that way. POC migrated up for 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days. So POC migrated up for 6 straight days. So on this downswing here, it was 4 days of downward migration. Here's 3 days up, 1 day down, 1 day up, 1 day down, 4 days up, 5, 6. Man, that is crazy. Like over here, we had 1, 2, nope, 1, 2, 3. Pattern is crazy though. At the end of the day, where I expect us to return is likely right there, even less. It would be awesome to be able to take shorts all the way down there. And if we look at from top here, oh, this is like, it's hard to work with one hand. Just one more time. 50% is right here. Okay, yeah. I think that's a good target. We haven't come back to test this, right? So if you think about it, we pretty much consolidated or distributed and broke through, right? This level right here. Let's just call it this value area low line for the entire composite profile over here. That gives us a really good area. Then on the other side, we have this area that hasn't been retested. And we're tapping all the way up into this unmitigated zone. All right, we're tapping all the way up here into this daily range. We're pretty much into 50% of it, right? So, man, this is a good spot for an overnight correction. That's what I'm thinking. So, overextension, looking for shorts to move back towards that 25,000 tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow, to move back towards that 25,900. Maybe not tomorrow, but tonight, back to this 25,915. So start at 9:30. It sure did. That's what I was looking at. Is this 9? This is all day. Is it covering the ETH? Oh, ETH isn't even in here. What the fuck? So yeah, we're in it. Like right now, you can see that that's the value area. We're tapping into that like right now. That's crazy. All right, so that gives us everything we need. Yeah, key level. Um, my current plan is overnight inventory correction after over week of upward steady buying. Then reload down there at the POC. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So remember, before we take a trade, you're risking your hard-earned money and limited time resources. If and when you are wrong, how much can you accept losing? All right. Keep the losses small. Once again, non-commercials are still net short. This was as of last Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday. New report doesn't come out until Friday. So we got this one. So it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday trading. Commercials are far less short. Maybe they started buying. So commercials are hedging more long. Open interest declined, showing contraction in participation rather than fresh position expansion. Net takeaway, broader equity index backdrop remains defensive, but this report does not strongly rely on support for fresh downside initiative. Well, that didn't happen. It reads more like de-risking contraction within an already cautious positioning. regime. Okay, open interest slightly increased as price continued to move up. That's interesting. So is that people? Well, I guess someone's got to when a short covers, there's got to be buyers to buy it back up to cover the short. So that all makes sense. POC is at a very strong, untested key level where it's testing right now, trying to establish after multiple days of just price continuing to move up. Overnight inventory correction is what I'm expecting over the next couple of days. If not in the next couple of days, maybe we consolidate up here for a day. And eventually start to make our way back down if some crazy news happens that just kind of makes it happen sooner than it would normally happen. So that's what we're looking at. So we have a pretty good plan here. I like this. Very simple. Nice reminder. Our COT, commitment of traders analysis, and then going into our profile framing to get a sense of what's going to happen in the market. And then lastly, we'll pull up the A chart. How about the 20 range? And oh, this is interesting. This lines up pretty well. This lines up pretty well. We've got a rounding top. We can start to see that lost momentum, but it just couldn't sustain and is starting to work its way back down. So I think, how much am I willing to risk? So we're up 268. We're going to change this to MNQ. And so we're up like 200. So we're going to risk 2. We can always add on to it. I do anticipate that we come back down to test the VWAP, but we're going to enter our sell order right here. And our take profit, where are these? Right at the VWAP. Target 150 or so. So we're about to get filled here. So we're actually getting in a trade. This is according to the plan. How much am I willing to lose? No more than $50. So 1-to-1. I'm pretty confident that I have the edge. I'm on the right side. The market is losing a little bit of momentum. I haven't seen any big trade bubbles print, but what we will do is make sure that we're on a smaller threshold. So let's do 30. See if anything prints here. All right, so 50. So that should have been on before. This gives us more data. Now we can definitely see. So we did have some volume in this candle, and aggressive buyers are starting to get absorbed lower and lower. All right, so you can see it happened here. This is an aggregate order. The bot and price just rejected. Price came back up again. Another 32 contracts of aggressive buying. Price rejects from that. Seller's just waiting there. Comes back to it again, rejects heavy again. So I feel really good about this. So I'm gonna enter this on a few accounts because I really like this. So this is gonna be 5 contracts, MNQ. This is Apex, PA2. I think five's too many. Remember, how much are you willing to lose, right? Well, I do think we come back up and test. So we're gonna take a deeper entry, which is gonna help us minimize our risk, but we're gonna be more exposed. We're gonna protect ourselves behind these two where these aggressive buyers got absorbed. And we just broke through the VWAP for the session, and we are now, I think we bounced off this low volume node down here for a little bit of retracement. I think we can retrace deeper, and I definitely think we can return to something like here. These sellers got absorbed, or buyers got absorbed before. Are they here to, are they still here? Do they want to buy more? So I'm pretty happy with, let's just make sure we're on target here. We're about to get filled here. I want to move this back a little bit. Too late. Yeah, I don't even think we need that much. Because how much am I willing to lose if I'm wrong? Well, I'm pretty confident that we're going to not come back here. I'm willing to lose 31 of my hard-earned dollars in the time to sit here and watch this trade to make. I think we should take this to right here. 93. That's 51. 2 contracts. And that's 3 contracts. Okay, we're not filled there yet. Probably gonna find a little bit of, we're gonna take some heat on this. I do expect the price. It doesn't always go deeper into it, but I think that being the point of control for the evening session, that it would spend a little bit more time here. So we're just having a fun little trade. And so this is, we've broken through this area, and actually this is pretty important. This is an equal low. So we got an equal low here. I guess with the wick we did create a lower low, but from a body standpoint, it's an equal low. So we may not get filled on we may not get filled on one of these. I think, I don't know. I still think we can come back. I gonna get that much better of an entry? No. And if it comes back, I get a better entry. All right. Comes back, I get a better entry. Yeah, it's a win-win. I want to enter way up there. So that worked out. And that's going to limit my risk to $31. And then this is 31 to win 99. So why is this a good trade location? Let's look at the 40 or the 32. Just want to look at a couple different ranges here. Just slow and steady momentum down. There's no zone on the 40 or on the 32. All right, I haven't tested these 20 range effort zones, so I don't know how did they react in the past here. That one missed. It did not get tapped into, and that was the trade. Let's try 40 and look at today. So 40 range. This morning. Let's check our zones. So that's what happened. It left and it never came back. But we did get a tap into this level, so I can use that as a secondary entry. Okay, so got it. Um, this entry was good right here. This one, that was our fucking entry. And then here again, this one was good. This one was good. This one was good. Even these reversal, fucking man. I just traded like total dog shit today. I should have made money. I should have got a payout today. Now that I'm looking at this. Let's go back to our 20 range though. I'm not sure how that effort algorithm works. We're going to see right here if it sticks. Because here the zone didn't, it broke it, right? So the zone failed here. Maybe that's a sign that we're losing momentum. And then this one missed it. That one missed it. That one missed it. Dude, okay, this one came back. This one came back. All right. Still weak. Left this zone, broke through it, tapped back into it, and took off again. Okay, so this is the level. Interesting. So that was protected. It's fun to left it. You know, we can't. Higher low. Right there. Going. Yeah, this is the level. That's the level. That's the level. And look at this shit. Look at this shit. I got. I missed it. We still got time. I mean, it doesn't. It's not gone yet. It's still in this range. So I don't want to get too excited about it. Plus, I don't trust this zone. but it should happen. I can't make this fucking thing move. Oh, this is so annoying. It's so small I can't put my cursor on it. It's kind of annoying. All right. So be about right. But we shouldn't have to even take on that much risk if we get filled. And we can always re-enter too if the right opportunity presents. So we're risking 33, 31 and a half to win 93. I think that's a pretty good ratio. Uh, I think it's achievable. I don't think it's a far-fetched goal. Um, the thing is we're not going to get filled. So we missed our entry, but good practice. We had the right idea. Missed it by a couple ticks. So no fill. Let's see if we got. Did we move it back on the other count as well? I sure did. I sure fucking did. So I missed both of them. Missed both entries. We got almost got there. It's insane. But we just missed it. So we can trust those zones. That's a good thing to know. We are a little off on our entry. It just never came back in. Well, we broke it, tapped into it, left it, and we just never came back to the point of control there. I do think we come back up to the point of control. This is just kind of a retracement. And if I was to say where it's retracing to, right about where it is. And we're going to buy 3 right here. And where's our other account? Okay, so our stop loss is going behind the zone. We were ready for this one. Stop loss going behind the zone. Get rid of all these. It's just we're going to take that to right there. Okay. So that was really well placed reaction. Let's see if we can get a move a little bit higher. I think we can get to the 50. Um, to there. Because I do think we continue down. So how far back do we actually go? And that was a long, what was that 22 points? So we could easily get 12. So number one, I don't think we come back here. So this is the logical area. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I actually want to get into another short. So let's set that up. Um, let's set that up. Well, let's not. let's not. Let's not set that up. Okay. So our plan. I don't know. I think we can come back to this zone actually again. But what we can see is the area that I talked about before is now what was resistance is now turning into support. All right. So it was resistance here, couldn't hold, then it broke through, held above. Now we're breaking back through to the other side. So there's still a lot of fucking room. And this is where we opened up the nighttime session. There's a lot of room to the downside. So yeah, I think I'm short. Um, that's interesting. I think I'm gonna short if I get an opportunity. It'd be really cool if the VWAP and the valuary low were lined up a little bit closer. There's about 15 points. There it goes. Let's see if we get a bounce here again. This is where we're expecting these buyers to step back in. If they don't, we're coming all the way down to here. I think there's more room. We did tap into this unmitigated area, this unmitigated area, into this unmitigated area. What happens? Some consolidation. Let's look at the minute. Let's look at that scalping template. Let's try it out. Okay, so this is 1 minute. Perfect. Let's look up here. So it's actually there. Or is it here? So 26,425. Interesting. Right there. Watch it hit that level. Boom. Even higher. So I guess that's the big one was a triple right here. Here's what I think. 21. I'm down on that account. What? All right. Yeah, I know why. All right. So we get a rejection here. We're selling. All right. We're actually selling one contract. And I'm saying that we're not coming back here. I would say the probability lies with us not returning to this zone for the simple fact that we've already tested into it and it rejected hard from it. And I mean, we could argue that we could still see it test up here. So $31 of my hard earned cash. Am I willing to lose it? Is it worth my time and energy? Well, let's look. Let's find some reasons. Reason number one, we're in a downtrend. Reason number two, we really need to repair some of this shit down here. Reason number 3, at least case I feel like we have a really good chance to return down to this value area low, right where my target is. I'd take it at 40, something like that. But so we respect that trend line. Dude, there's a lot of room to the downside. Just like it didn't really come back. We had some retracements, which was nice. The evening session was actually moving pretty well. Look here, came here, created a new range, left the range, came back into it, tapped into just about 70% of it before leaving the range again. And then once again, we leave the range, tap back into 50% of it, and then continue up. And then we leave the range, tap back into 50% of it or so, and leave again. Now, we actually made it back to the orange zone. Crazy. I think that's a sell with our stop behind there. And perfect. Just gonna trust our level. So it's like a $15 to I do expect it to tap into this red zone though. That was really what I was anticipating. But this pullback surprised me just now. But I do think there's more sellers now waiting for them. They've been stepping in lower and lower, as I said. So I think the case is that we continue lower to repair some of the inventory from the beginning of the overnight session. Now we just broke over this trend line. I mean, technically not a good trend line, but we still broke over. That's where it is, right there. So technically we're still respecting the trend line. We put this trend line as a support. We put these current levels where we rejected from multiple times in our area. And I think that now becomes support. I mean, technically, I guess we could tap back into here, right? So, I mean, giving us that extra little level of support might be worth it for the amount of risk that we have to take on. So trend line is, so we got a big selling effort zone. We've got a downward sloping trend line. We've got areas where aggressive buyers were basically absorbed by passive sellers, continuously making lows. And now we'll see if this was just a little bit of a pullback before we continue down for another leg of micro swings. So feeling pretty good about this. I feel good. I'm gonna eat an orange real quick. My mouth's dry. All right, so we actually did come back to that zone. How crazy is that? I mean, we're still not out of the woods here, but after looking at it again, next time I just need to wait longer and just be a little more patient. Like, I called it, but I just got impatient, right? And look at where we entered, right? We just got impatient. Obviously, it's hindsight, but I'm not moving it though. I can always re-enter. I mean, technically, that happened on the wick, so that's pretty. I mean, we could definitely still get stopped out, but that was our plan, right? And if we get stopped out, we reevaluate. We let's take a look now. Is this another leg up? This will pull back for another leg up. I don't think so because we lost a lot of steam up here. And this is the area where aggressive buying kind of stopped right here. So I'm buying that this is kind of more of a fake out before we continue down, or it's, ooh, all right. So now we have to wait. Look at all those buyers that just stepped in. That's why we put our stops in place. Crazy volume. Look at that. Buyers just stepped in and just bounced through that zone back above. So now we completely wait, right? Um, insane. Insane. They just showed up. Look at the speed of tape, just throwing orders in. aggressive buyers getting met. This might be a short time to short. Still, those buyers got absorbed pretty heavy. So we were wrong, but now we're going to get in with a pretty good price here. We're going to wait just a little bit longer though, because there's a lot of selling pressure right now. I just want to make sure price is not going to continue to pop up over that current high from the previous candle. Just want to see a little bit more absorption. I want to see some of this momentum die down before I pop back in. So we're just going to be patient, because we definitely still can make a lower high. Just depends on what two lines you use for your fucking trend lines, right? So those are the two highest ones though, so there are no others to choose. That was crazy. I was not expecting that. I wonder what happened. Let's see if there was some news. Okay, nothing news related. So now we got a battle. It's not confirmed though. All right, I've seen enough. So we're still in the battle. Okay, we're not clear by any way, shape, or form. But I kind of do like what I see. All right, I see lots of wicks, lower, high wicks, again, lower. We tried to make another test, resisted off of it. Now we're starting to lose a little bit of steam. So I think we're on our way down for another leg. We'll see if I am reading well or if something completely different is happening. Can't believe we missed that move. We called it like perfect. Still lower. I don't like when there's no wick. Like here. We're coming back here. There's just no wick there. Hasn't been mitigated. So many things about this zone I love. Some volume with aggressive buying completely absorbed. Sellers get absorbed. More sellers step in, get absorbed, come back. Buyers step in, sellers push the price back. They sure don't make it easy. So that's crazy. We came all the way back to nearly test the value area high from the VWAP. So that was strong. So I want to kind of relook at my my thoughts. Here's what I'm seeing now. Buyers rewarded. Buyers just got rewarded, right? At least momentarily. These buyers got rewarded, probably took profit, value high. Now we're back down to the point of control. So the point of control and the value area high are really high. That probably suggests. Does that suggest that we're about to break out even higher because we continue to push the point of control up? Man, I'm really anxious because this level right here, I really think we're going to hit this level. So what's interesting, it doesn't mean shit, right? So it's not like I back tested it, but what you can see is all these have been mitigated, right? There's no like gaps, but even between the wicks and the wicks, there are no gaps, right? There's absolutely zero gaps. And then we have this gap. I'll show it to you, right? There's a gap. There's a little gap right there. All right, right there. So small. Well, it's also between these two wicks. It's the resistance here. It's support here. Okay, so we had this wick, right? This is another example. There's a space there. This is interesting. And that snap off. Look, look at this. We bust through that level. This is crazy how we retrace so far back before eventually popping through. That one's a hard one to read. But what's not hard to read is that this level could also be the level that we bounce from, right? What I'm saying is, so it doesn't have to come all the way down to that gap. So which one is it? Could be here too. Yeah, who knows? Who fucking knows? The more I look, the more I see. All right, so what do we see? What do we see? This one right here. What was this? Highly negative 373 contracts. Where were they most? So this level, very strange. And it is a resilient fucking market. It's like triple, quadruple top here. Water break. Like I said, you're gonna be wrong. How much can you accept losing if and when you're wrong? So this zone was great for a 2 to 1. Then they got ripped through to the other side like it was nothing. So these candles are moving down even though they're green. There's decent volume. So there's still aggressive buyers up here, but they're getting absorbed pretty heavy now. Buyers are in control. Well, it's midnight. I think it's time to shut her down. So that was a fun little session where we just manage risk. Getting experience. Being okay taking L's. So like this one right here. It's going to keep going up. I've been doing this for 3 days. This same counter small loss trade. Insane. Buyers. Get the speed here. Aggressive buying, but the price isn't going up. Now sellers. Aggressive sellers. Buyers are just fighting. It's crazy. My next entry is a short from this level right here. I'll set it up and just go to bed and let it run all night. All right, well, we're likely to get stopped out here, then we'll call it a stream. So, for the most part, no harm, no foul. Down about $75 on the session. Actually, not true. Not true at all. Let's pull up NQ. We're up 260 on the session. So 260 minus what we just lost. So we're up to, let's say 94. I can't fucking read. Screen's way up and above my head. Yeah. So 160-ish. All right, so we set this up right now. 126 points. All right, y'all. I think that's it. Crazy. Look at that shit go. Just going. Oh my god. UK GDP. Okay, nothing. Shit, I might have to get filled before I go to bed. That's insane. This is crazy. I'm keeping the stream on because I think I'm gonna get filled. Mm. Then we have all right, so we didn't get filled on the other contract. We're being a little more aggressive on this guy. It's an eval account. Make sure everything is set up. It's all linked. Good to go. So we missed that entry too, at least temporarily. Okay, here. Oh, I guess that account's cooked.